I recently read about it and it kind of sparked one of those really comments in my head. So I thought we'd talk about it and get some feedback. And if you haven't heard of it, it's actually an incredible idea. Say welcome to another video. I'm Chris and this is your off-road update. Now, if you've been watching these videos for a while, you're probably thinking, what the crap is that? I've never heard of that. And it's a new series we just started to do right now, basically providing any sort of updates on news, events, and anything else happening in the off-road community over the past 30 days or in the near future. So leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the idea. And as well, if you have any stories or you've heard any news events, maybe some local events in your community, things happening in your state or territory, whatever you got, definitely hit us up on Instagram, leave a comment down below, shoot us an email, some information where we can read up on it, and we will try and get to it. And this whole thing is supposed to it's going to be more raw and uncut, not real churched up, just a way to get the information out there and open up some discussions and give you guys some good information. So the first thing we're going to cover today is actually a product, and it's not a sponsorship or anything like that. I recently read about it and it kind of sparked one of those really comments in my head. So I thought we'd talk about it and get some feedback. And if you haven't heard of it, it's actually an incredible idea. And what I'm talking about is superatv just announced the X300. It's a Rhino axle, okay? So basically they're claiming that it's a flexible axle that can absorb impact instead of just braking. Now, I'm gonna quote, and this is directly from superatv's website, and they state, when the X300 gets hit with a torque load that would break other axles, the 300M shaft twists until the load is gone, then returns to its original position. This intentionally engineered shaft flex relieves much of the stress that would be transferred to your CVs and differential with other axles. The result is less wear and tear on much more valuable drivetrain parts. That sounds freaking fantastic in theory. So if you get these, please let me know. Leave a comment, find me online somewhere, whatever it is. Let us know how they work out, because the idea is kind of like, but I have a hard time believing that it's gonna work as good as that sounds. So again, if you have them, if you get them, if you have any experience with them, I mean, I'm sure you don't have them yet because they're brand new, but if you have some experience in the future, definitely let us know. Now, this technology does not come cheap, however, because they started a low cost of $499.95, so 5 cents shy of $500. Now, there's another option, and you can pay $44 a month per axle through a company they work with on their website. Please don't do that. And I know we all come from different financial backgrounds, but I don't think that's smart for anybody. You should not be paying $44 a month per axle for your machine. Like, just wait, or I don't know, look at another option. And that's not meant as disrespect to superatv. They make awesome stuff. They're a great company. Just a bad idea. All right, and lastly, I want to mention on this, as of right now, these are only for Polarises. So your Razors, they got something in there for the Razor. No, I think they have the General in there too. So I'll leave a link down below. You can click it, check them out. Again, it sounds awesome. I'm really curious to see how these come in the future. All right, moving on to item number 2, and that is the cat is back. At least according to Textron, their slogan, not mine. Now, this is weird to me in a sense, because if you've seen one of our recent videos, Tracker Off-Road now exists. I'll put a link for that up here, where Textron basically announced a partnership with Tracker Boats to make Tracker Off-Road vehicles, and the Textron lineup pretty much looks like it's being moved over and rebranded as Tracker Off-Road lineup. Now, this is about as clear as mud, because within the last 45 days or so, Textron announced a partnership with Tracker Off-Road to send the Wildcat XX to Tracker Off-Road. But now the cat is back and the Wildcat's shifting back to Arctic Cat. I don't freaking know what's going on with these companies right now. We'll provide more information as we figure it all out. I do know that one way or another, the facility is going to be in Thief River Falls. Like where the Arctic Cat facility has been, that's where they're going to make these. What they're going to call them, I don't freaking know anymore. So again, more information to follow on that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about really quick is the growth of the off-road market. And I bring this up because I know it's a constant discussion of trails are growing, trails are shrinking, more laws, less laws. It really just depends on where you live. Well, according to a recent report by the Global Market Insights, they show that the off-road vehicle market is actually going to continue to grow from $9 billion in 2017 all the way to over $13 billion in sales by the year 2024. So the market is definitely not dying. And I mean, I can see that because let's be honest, Look at the lineups available now. And I mean, look at all this, the Razor line alone. There's tons of them, right? You've got so many different side-by-sides and so many different ATVs. The market is expanding, which is awesome for us as a consumer. If you live in an area where it's not, I hope that changes. I know there are some states and territories that are going through a rough time, so I feel for you, and I hope that that continues to change in those areas, and hopefully you get more off-road trails. I'm mumbling, so I'm gonna move on. Highlifter Mud Nationals. Now, if you don't know what this is, basically it's a huge multi-day event that's put on by the company Highlifter, and it's an awesome time. There's tons to do there. Well, this year, for the first time ever, it's actually gonna be held at the Hillarosa ATV Park in Alabama, and that's from March 27th through the 31st. And this is an event, and I don't say this a lot, this is an event that it is worth traveling to. I mean, if you live 400, 500, 600 miles away from Alabama, it is worth traveling to this event. I will say as a caveat, however, it's coming up soon. So if you're gonna plan on staying there, you're probably out of luck. You're probably gonna have to find somewhere around in the community to stay and then just drive to it every day. But it is a fantastic event. I mean, they have everything from poker runs, mud runs. I believe they're even doing a soccer game this year involving ATVs and UTVs. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I haven't seen that one, but I'm sure it'll be either hilarious or awesome one way or another. So again, check it out. There's vendors, food, camp. I mean, it's just a fantastic time. And I bring it up now because by the time we do this in March, it'll either be around that time or you'll have missed it. And lastly, let's end with King of the Hammers. I actually know nothing about King of the Hammers other than some sweet videos I saw online, so I am definitely not the authority to talk to on that. Looks awesome though. That's all I got. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you like this idea, if it was stupid, if the stories are stupid, whatever you got, leave those comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you on the trail. It's a huge multi-day event put on by highlifter. Tracker announced that they are relieves much of the stress that would be transferred to your CVs and different